Yes, it's cold, but worse than that. I feel really ill. I feel really rough. And it's not a good day for it either because I've got lots of outside work to do. Maybe that'll help. Just only a few weeks back and it was too hot, and now because I've left these clothes in the lockup on the top of this Rover 800, they're all damp and musty and cold. Anyway, it's no good making excuses when I have work to be done. I just picked the wrong day to be doing some work. Yesterday I just messed about with other people's cars and that was a nice easy day. Today isn't going to be. No! I need to crack on and do some jobs on this car because it's being collected on Saturday and it's Thursday now. So it doesn't give me a lot of time, does it? So today I'm going to do Tower of Vordeman. The rear bumper still needs a bit more fixing, but although I've got the plastic welding rods, I haven't got the other thing for the soldering iron to actually melt the plastic. Hopefully that will arrive today. But in the meantime, I have to sort this door out because that handle is cack. Cack for cack-handedness. Handles for the cack-handed. What else have I got to do? Oh, find a switch for the door, fit the door latch so the central locking works, but not polish the headlamps. He wants to do that himself. This isn't going to go to plan very quickly, so I will at least get warmed up within the frustration of trying to remove this handle, because I did actually have a go last week. Unusually, it's not plain ball. I've got to go around the other side to open it. Open and just open. Open the bloody door. Just to be on the safe side, I'm just moving my camera back out of the way because I'm paranoid. Bloody paranoid about dropping my phone. Until my case protector thingy arrives, I'm going to carry on being. I'll still be paranoid after that. That has come off inside the handle. That is supposed to be inside the handle there. That's what happens. The plastic falls apart, and then you're left with that, meaning the handle does no longer work. And then this means you need to use two tools, if you can, to get in there. Well, whatever I do, that won't come undone, so I'm going to have to take some drastic measures. That is off, thanks to my friend in the garage next door, who just happened...
relations between the Prime Minister...
who just happened to pop around to tell me he had a bad back. And he came around with a little mini blowtorch to warm the thing up. And over there we can see Ian Paisley. And that's parked there for a good reason, because I need to go and get an exhaust for it. While there's the opportunity to go and get one, because there's one in stock, I'm going to do it right now. I did call up Auto Batteries, which are the company I use quite a lot for kind of car parts, because they deliver to the garage next door. And they said, no longer in production, can't get hold of one. The only opportunity is going to be to have one specially made. Ian Paisley, the car, the Rover 414, was originally going to be picked up at the end of this month, but then the date changed, and now the date's the 14th, which isn't very far off. In fact, it's next Tuesday, so it doesn't give me a lot of time. And I thought, well, I need to book my ideas up and go and grab that exhaust as soon as I can. And then I panicked when I realised that Auto Batteries can't even buy them any longer. And it's very fortunate that this is a very short trip out as well. I'm only going to shore. A nice break from the damp and the cold in a warm car. The only thing is, I don't know if you find this yourself, but when you get in the car and get all lovely and warm and stuff, it makes being outside in the damp and cold even more unpleasant than what it was before. Whereas sometimes, like the other day when I was crawling underneath the Golf, I was getting soaked, but I was more concerned about being soaked than how it felt, let's say. It's a great place, shore, actually. It's one of the very few places left in this area that still has pubs open. Mind you, I don't go to the pub, too expensive. And I think that's the reason why most people don't go to the pub these days. Too expensive, which might be why they're closing down. I wonder if I'll bump into Gary Nipples here. Yeah, my old mate Gary Nipples. That's his real name as well. Do you know what's really weird here is that I'm buying a brand new exhaust, of course, but I probably sold this exact item in perfectly good condition to somebody only a year ago for £15. Well, there was a jolly set of chaps in there. Seems that when you mention Rover these days to many of the tradespeople, they're like, oh really? Oh, I didn't know anyone left. They'd say something like that. They didn't say that, but they said something like that. Right, back to this then. Lovely little present for you, Ian. And here it is, a brand new back box for the Rover 400. Even has the chrome bit on the end. Is it chrome? Now, hopefully, the next little job I have to do on this car will result in a success. I mean, on the other side we have a success because I did get the thing off, but then I discovered I haven't actually got a handle to replace it with, which isn't a success. Remember, everybody, remember the song. Don't get yourselves confused by which way to go. It's Lefty Lucy. Lefty Lucy, down, Lefty Lucy, not righty tighty, because that's the wrong way. Now then, what's going on here? Well, I'll tell you. We have a missing switch for the electric window, but I have seen one here, but will it actually work? Will I end up in a situation where I wind the window down and then regret it because it won't go back up? We're about to find out. You've got to ask yourself, why was the switch missing in the first place before you even do this? Well, maybe because it doesn't work. Probably is the window regulator. I can't decide if this is a good day or not a good day now. It's just too jeffing. Right, I may as well just give up for the day. With this rain, I'm not going to get anything done. I really am not. But I could do with something to eat. So maybe I should go and treat myself to some lovely, tasty food. Come back here, eat it, and then have another look. Yeah? What is the chance of this clearing up and becoming nice this afternoon? Well, the problem is this afternoon's not going to last that much longer before it's this evening. Oh look, a lovely long traffic jam. This would normally annoy me, but at the moment I'm actually not that bothered. It just means I get to sit in the warm car for a bit longer. I've come to the conclusion that the Toyota Prius, as seen there again, is quite possibly one of the most unreliable cars you can possibly buy. Every time I see them, they're just stopped in an uncompromising position with their hazard lamps on.
Situation which we prefer.
That one's broken down on a double yellow line.
A guaranteed outcome. That's what makes it.
Yeah.
Mountaineer Alan Hinks talking to Helen Mark.
Bolt is always telling me that I have takeaways every day, which isn't true, but it is this week. As we're now starting to lose light, I thought I might as well finish today off by going into the caravan and doing a live stream. Being busy at work all day helped me forget how ill I felt. And now I've come home, I've remembered how ill I feel. The continuing saga of Carol Vordeman and its little glitches, its glitches of quality. In the lockup of doom, I have hopefully another electric window switch suitable for the Rover 45 or indeed MGZS, because the one that's currently there doesn't appear to be working. Hopefully this switch will work, be the same. Do you know, I'm just a bit overwhelmed with notifications, bombarded with pings and dings and all this kind of I'm going the wrong way. See what I mean? I'm going down here to pick up the ZS to bring it up there, but the keys are in there. Let's try that again then, shall we? I'm going to have to just admit something here, and that is I've actually got too many cars on the go. Yeah, I've got too many cars on the go. Maybe I should do another yard update thing sooner rather than later, because I can't quite keep up. In fact, I can't keep up at all. Plug's the same, I think. Oh, is it? Right, so that is actually a different plug to this one. But what I could do with doing is just testing whether the window regulator actually works. Because if it doesn't, that might be okay anyway. It's just lucky that the last time I took one of these cars apart, I took a piece of cable to fit that for testing such things. Well, that works. The window works. I'm going to do that again just because it's nice to see something actually working somewhere. Another issue, of course, with this door is the lock-in thing, and I have my spare here, so what I really need to do is just check that that works. There's a possibility that it might need the wiring loom in the door to mend what's going on here, and so I'm going to have to look for one. If I can't find one, maybe I've got a spare door knocking about with the wiring loom still in. The answer is yes, I do. Well, that's good news. Things are starting to look a bit more complicated. To get this handle off, look at all that gubbins I had to take out of that door, because oh gosh, I'm looking forward to this one. You betcha. I guess it's time for some sort of conclusion to this video, because we are at an end. And the problem is, I didn't get anywhere. The wiring loom's fine, the window regulators are fine, the door latch is fine. The problem's going to be in the BCU, one of the relays. The relays in these Pectron devices go wrong and they need replacing, or new relays bunging in there, and that can't happen tonight. And the other problem is that I didn't get any further with that bumper either, so I basically failed because of not really having the time or resources to do the job in the way that I wanted. So sorry about that. Car's going tomorrow. Failure's been kind of, I've had a week of it. The problem is I've not been able to dedicate all of my day to doing these jobs on this car, because I have other things to do as well, and I've, you know, even filming the progress can be tricky, because whilst doing it, I know I've mentioned this before, but whilst actually working on something, it's very difficult to film it as well.